The vehicle cargo warehouse has gone unloved by Rockstar for far too long. It used to be one of the best solo businesses in the game, but it's kind of fallen away a lot lately. I mean, recently it got a buff so that when you do this in a public lobby, you do get the high demand bonus, and it was probably the only business in the whole game that didn't have that. It recently got that, but it's still gone unloved and it's pretty much unutilised. But what is the vehicle cargo warehouse and how does it work? Well, essentially what you're doing is you are going out and you are stealing different kinds of vehicles and you are storing them here in your vehicle warehouse until you're ready to sell them. So how does it all work? I'm going to explain that in this video, and if you don't know how to get one, I'm going to explain how to do that as well. So stay tuned, we're going to jump right into it right now and how to get one. So first things first, how do you get a vehicle cargo warehouse? Well, you actually need to own another business in order to get one first. So come into your phone, your internet, go to Dynasty 8, filter out for offices. You are going to need to buy an office in order to buy a vehicle cargo warehouse. Now, shortly after the time of recording this video, they are going to be going on half price. So if you don't own one, you can get one pretty cheap now. If you have the Criminal Prizes starter pack, like I do, the Maze Bank West is actually going to be free for you. If not, yeah, you're going to have to buy one. And if you've got lots of money, the Maze Bank Tower, that's one I own, normally $4 million. You can get that for just $2 million in just a short amount of time when the weekly update goes live. Okay, so once you've got your CEO office, go inside, come up to your laptop, open it up, and you're going to see a few options here. The one you're looking for is vehicle cargo. You need to go into this one in order to get your vehicle cargo warehouse. Bring this up, come down to warehouse map. Now, if you already own one like me, it's going to show it here, but I'm just going to come up here, click on all, and this is going to show all the vehicle cargo warehouses that you can own. So some of them are pretty dear, some of them the low millions, but at the time that I'm recording this video, or shortly after recording this video, these are going to be half price. So if you're watching this on the 9th of November, and the weekly update has gone live, or you're watching it between the 9th and the 15th of November, 2023, these are all going to be half price, so grab one this week. Now, I own the one here at La Mesa, and the reason is it's nice and close to this freeway here. A lot of the source missions and the sell missions are going to bring you up around the top area of the map here, and I like to get onto this freeway for as much as I can, and I'll show that during the sell mission, how to do that. Okay, so this one up here is not a bad option either, but it is more expensive. If you don't have much money, go for the La Mesa one. It's in a good location, I think. So when you're ready to purchase it, I'll just show you on one of the others here. Here we go. So come down here, click Buy Warehouse, and then you'll own it. Click on Confirm. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I own this one over here. And you come up here, you can see I have 31 of the 40 vehicles available in here. So I'm going to go ahead and source a vehicle now. And to do so, you come down here to where it says Source Vehicle, click on it, and click on Confirm, and that'll send you on a mission. Now, one good thing about the CEO office is you can come over to your assistant here and request any of your vehicles directly from her. Or him, if you have a male assistant. You can actually choose whether you have the male or a female assistant. The vehicle you request will spawn directly outside your office. Hop on and off you go. Now, each of these sourcing missions do vary. There are quite a few different ones. This one here in particular, I had to come to a car meet, kill all these NPCs, and steal the car. Now, you want to be careful not to shoot the car because you're going to... Every bit of damage that happens to the car, you have to pay for. And that's the same on the sell missions. So, I did shoot this one up a couple of times here, but it's not too bad. We're only talking like $1,000 or so, $2,000 tops maybe. But the more you damage the car, the worse it's going to get. Here's the car right here. I'm just going to move this one out of the way. But when I said $1,000 or so, I meant the damage that I have done here in this mission to the car was only about $1,300. So when I said it's only about $1,000, that's what I meant. So the more you damage it, the more it's going to be. So yeah, don't damage the vehicle. And when I jump in, you can see that I've already done $1,300 worth of damage to the car. So you got to be careful because every little ding you put in the car, every little bit of damage you take, it's eating into your profit. So you got to drive these very carefully. Okay, and you're going to have NPCs come after you on some of them as well. I recommend you do these sourcing in a invite-only session because you're going to be on the map to other players to see. And if you've got any toxic griefers in there, they're going to come after you, or they might try to steal the car themselves to store it in their vehicle cargo warehouse. Now, with all these source missions, I like to stick to the freeway as much as possible because it is right. I follow it all the way. It gets me really, really close to my warehouse. And what I'm looking for is this off-ramp here, where I just come straight up this off-ramp, over this first intersection, and then take the next right down here. And just under this overpass here, I think it's a train track or something, and right here to the right, there it is, nice and easy. And yeah, sticking to the freeway with this particular location, it makes the source and the sell missions quite easy. Okay, so how do we sell when we're ready to sell, and how much money can we make with this business? When you're ready to sell, come into your office here and sit down at your computer, and it will log you into your system. Okay, so you can see we have some different types of vehicles here, and if I were to sort them by value, you can see here we've got standard range vehicles, and if I click on one, on export, come up here, now we want to be selling these as a specialist deal, the one down the bottom here. You can see that I'm going to be making $30,000 profit if I'm selling to the specialist dealer with a standard range vehicle. We also have mid-range vehicles, and if I come up to export, come again down here to the specialist dealer because that's going to pay the most, you can see I'm going to be making $50,000 profit with this one. And finally, we've got top range vehicles, and if we come in here to the specialist dealer, you can see I'm going to be making $80,000 if I sell a top range vehicle to the specialist dealer. So looking at that, we can clearly see we only ever want to sell top range vehicles because that's going to get us the most amount of money when we're doing this. And there is a way that you can trick the game into only ever giving you top range vehicles when you source. When it comes to the vehicles available in the vehicle cargo warehouse, there are 40 slots in your vehicle cargo warehouse, but there are only 32 cars. There are 10 standard range vehicles, there are 10 mid-range vehicles, and there are 12 top range vehicles. And how this works is the game's not going to give you a duplicate of any of these vehicles until you've sourced all 32 vehicles. So basically what you can do is if you source all 32 vehicles like I have just done now, whichever vehicle, single vehicle it is that you sell, when you go to source again, that's the only one you're ever going to get. So for me personally, what I like to do is I like to come down to the Tyrus. For me, of all the top range vehicles, I like the handling of this one the best. I like the driving of this one the best. It suits my play style the best of all the vehicles available. So I make sure I've got all 32 vehicles in my warehouse, and then I will sell or export the Tyrus. Now, I've seen other YouTubers say you don't need to fill the warehouse, all 32 vehicles. You only need to get 10 standard range and 10 mid-range, and then whatever you sell, if you sell a top range after that, you're only ever going to source another top range. But then you might get something like this one here, the Z-type, or the Roosevelt, which don't handle that well at all, and they're a real pain in the neck on these missions, particularly if you're looking for a fast car with good handling, or the Mamba over here, it's another bad one. So that's why I like to get all 32, and then I like to sell the Tyrus, because for me, it's a quick car. I like the handling of it. I can handle it the best, and that's the way I do it. I source all 32 vehicles and then sell the top range vehicle that suits you the best. And you're going to be making $80,000 every sale then. So that is a bit of work to set up to get all the vehicles, but simple as that. So you come down, click on Specialist Dealer when you're ready to sell, click on Confirm, and this is going to put you in a sell mission.
Let's get ready to work.
Now you're going to need to quickly modify the car, and don't worry about putting too much thought into this because it only lasts for this one mission. So just the quicker you get this done, the quicker you can get on with selling it and make some money. So yeah, just click on whatever, like I have here. Not a big deal. Once you come out of the mission, first thing I like to do is get on the pause menu and check where it is. You can see it's up here in the Rockford Hills area. So what I do is come out to the left here and come up over the overpass of the freeway here and take this off-ramp or on-ramp, whichever one you want to call it, and come down onto the freeway this way. And then I stick to the freeway as much as I can, expanding the map open and keeping an eye out. I'm in a public lobby as well doing this. If you're a lower level and I probably wouldn't bother doing it in a public lobby if you're a lower level. Probably stick to invite-only sessions, but you do get the high demand bonus now, so it's going to be worth it if you can get it done, if you're happy to risk it. But you can sometimes get players after you. Just get a read of the lobby first. I've shown how to do that in some of my other videos to get a feel for the lobby to see whether you think it's going to be a safe lobby to sell in or not. So again, I'm just sticking to the freeway here. You can see a couple of times there the waypoint just changed on the map. It was telling me to go up through the city, but I find sticking on the freeway for as long as possible, less traffic to deal with. So this one here in particular, I like to come down all the way just before we reach the tunnel on the freeway and take that off-ramp. Now, I just sped that part up a bit, but then I've got a player here coming up behind me. Is he coming my way? Just keep an eye on the map. And, yep, it looks like he's coming my way. So I'm just going to be very careful here and make sure... Trying to keep an eye on the traffic as well. Try not to crash the car at all. Any damage you get to this car, you can see on the bottom right-hand corner there, it's $100,000 at the moment, my commission. And any damage to the car, that's going to come down. And, whoops, turned the wrong way. I was too busy keeping an eye on the guy behind me that I almost missed the turn to where I'm going. And just come up, well, nearly hit the wall there. And just very careful. Oh, this is that tiny little driveway too, isn't it? Is this Martin Madrazo's place? This is where you finish up after doing the Cayo Perico heist, isn't it? Okay, and into the Corona, and you can see there, I got it through without any damage to the vehicle. Commissioned $100,000, but it cost me $20,000 to modify, so that's why it's only $80,000 profit. But with a high demand bonus, I'll get it there $150,000, and... Well, that was lucky, wasn't it? Clearly he was trying to grief me. Why would you kill somebody like that when the mission's over? Whatever, mate. $150,000 was my payout with a high demand bonus. It cost me $20,000 to modify the vehicle, so my profit there was $130,000. Now, in a couple of hours' time, this is going to be going double money. So that's going to be $260,000 if you can profit if you can sell these in a public lobby. So now what you want to do, I've sold that. I go and source another vehicle. It's going to be the Taurus again because I only have 31 vehicles in my warehouse. And that's pretty much all you need to know about the vehicle cargo warehouse. Like I said, I recommend sourcing all 32 vehicles and then selling the top range vehicle which you personally prefer the driving and handling of. Pick a quick one though, because as you could see just then I was getting chased by someone who did kill me after I had successfully delivered the vehicle, so I was pretty lucky not to get griefed. Source all 32 vehicles, sell the one you like the best. That's the best way to do it, I've found anyway, because if you get all 10 top range, all 10 mid range, all 10 standard range, and then you source a top range, you don't have all of them, you can get one of the ones that have the bad handling or is not very quick, like the Z-Type, like the Roosevelt, like the Mamba. So unless you like those vehicles, then we'll do that. Otherwise, yeah, get all 32 vehicles, then sell the top range vehicle you like the best. Because when you source again, having only 31 vehicles in the warehouse, it's going to be the vehicle you just sold. That is my recommendation. That is how I run the vehicle cargo warehouse when I run it. And like I said, get on this week because it's going to be paying double money as of November 9, once the weekly update goes live, all the way through till November 15. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, if you found it useful, give a like. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my speed cubing channel. I'll leave a link down to that down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Happy gaming. Cheers.